I don't know why it takes me so long to record these stories. Maybe it's because my thoughts are always so fragmented and scattered across the battlefield that is my stupid brain. I feel like death is grabbing at my eyelids. And yet, there is no sleep. There is no release from this horrible reality. I honestly have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm so tired, but you know what? I thought of this story, I remembered this story, and I thought it was particularly interesting. We've all had that one time in our lives where we've almost killed our best friend's sister, you know, totally on accident. I made that sound a lot worse than it is, and I really hope that police aren't knocking on my door or some shit. No, I did not actually almost murder somebody. We just like to say that because the incident was very scary for us when we were younger. Holy crap, we must have been like 11 or 12 or something at the time. So remember in the last story, the one about going out and shooting and smacking people in the face with clay pigeons, I was with a friend of mine that I've known for years? Well, this is that same friend, just maybe 7 or so months after I met him. So this is a very, very, very early story. I think this is probably the earliest one I've ever told. Not that that really makes a fucking difference, but still, little factoids make the world go round. Keeps us sane. So let's continue. So you're all probably wondering at this point, what the hell happened? So like a lot of people before me, like pretty much every child around that age, I would go and sleep over at friends' houses, they would sleep over at mine, etc., etc. This was probably like the 6th time I had ever gone to sleep over at anybody's house ever. Best part about it at the time was he had a trampoline, and we would jump on that shit all the fucking time. This was like any regular sleepover. I arrived, everything was normal, we played lots of video games, drank more soda than most humans can physically consume without dying, and of course other things, other assorted drinks like monsters and shit. You see, when I was younger, I liked to pull all-nighters just to play one specific video game for hours and hours and hours on end. We successfully did it twice. I think the longest I've ever stayed up straight is maybe 2 days straight. Believe me, one day is bad enough. The second day, you probably will want to die. Now this night was no exception. Pretty much every single time I went over to his house with the intent to sleep over, we would try to pull an all-nighter. Every single time. And we would only make it maybe till like 5 a.m. and then we're done. Which is really weird considering that's around the time the sun starts to peek up over the horizon. And then the morning comes. I don't know, we were stupid. We're real stupid. Now his sister, like most big sisters in the 2 young boys hanging out and playing games and being stupid equation, of course didn't really like hanging out with us. I mean, we're the lame-ass boys that like to play stupid video games and drink lots of caffeinated shit. She had better things to worry about. However, on this particular night, she decided to join us fucking around on the trampoline. Also, on this particular night, we thought we would do a trampoline camp-out kind of thing in the backyard, which basically means we get a bunch of blankets and sheets and pillows and shit, and then we just sleep on top of the trampoline. It's actually kind of fun, and trampolines are a lot comfier than you'd think they would be. Now, of course, whenever there's a influx of pillows in any given area, you have to beat the shit out of each other with them. It's like one of the laws of physics. It's something written in the Constitution somewhere, I know it. I don't know why or what persuaded her into coming down and joining us in the midst of this immensely stupid pillow battle, but she did. So all 3 of us are jumping around on the trampoline like absolute doofuses, just smacking the shit out of each other. And of course, she's kicking our asses because we're a lot smaller. So that's when we both get the idea. Hey, maybe instead of going in individually, we should go in at the same time. Let's go in for an organized attack. So we did. We both tackled her, and, well, we kicked her ass right back. Unfortunately, she's always had, some heart problems. I didn't know this at the time, but I learned right quick. She started going into what seemed like a seizure, but she could still control what she was doing and saying and stuff. I don't really know how to explain it, but she had almost like an asthmatic attack. Heavy convulsing. And it took us about 30 minutes to finally relax her back to human state. But there was a point in the middle of doing so where we thought maybe we should actually, call someone, because this is really fucking terrifying. I mean, I'm no doctor, I don't know any of this shit. She was convulsing and hyperventilating, but not actually getting that much air, yada yada yada. It was weird. She could barely talk. Horns started to grow out of her head. Flames were shooting out of the ground. Satan popped up to have some tea. It was a very strange night. And for a couple of 11 and or 12-year-olds, it was not a situation we ever wanted to find ourselves in again. And yes, of course, we felt very guilty about what had happened, so we just hung out and helped her out and stuff like that, got her water, all that. We were very caring. But I gotta tell you what, to this day, I don't regret it one bit. She messed with the bull, and she got her ass kicked. You don't join a hardcore pillow fight and expect not to get your ass kicked. In all seriousness, though, it was a pretty horrifying night. I've never actually seen anything like that happen to someone. I know I didn't describe it in very good detail, but it was some creepy shit. I guess the point of this story is don't tackle your sisters because you might kill them. Also, pillow fight responsibly. And with that, we have run out of time for today's story. Always remember, if you even somewhat enjoyed this garbage fest, please consider liking the video. And if you really enjoyed it, then consider subscribing. And until I recall some other story where I almost kill somebody or do something incredibly stupid like, I usually do, I'll be seeing ya.